my dear darlings. I'm Hazel and Maria, and today is our Valentine special for our show. Ladies, it's a week away from Valentine's, and I'm going to give you some of my best recipes to keep your man. Today we're going to start out with doing a cheesecake that is absolutely wonderful. It's from a lady that I used to work with. Her name is Miss Rhonda, and it's one of the best cheesecakes I've ever eaten. What we're going to do, we need 8 ounces of cream cheese. We need a blender, so let's go ahead and put these in here. Let them slow mix. And the oven is preheated to 325 because my oven runs hot, but you would need to do it at 355 if your oven's regular. We need a cup of sugar. Go ahead and pour it in real slow. Let that go in really well. And a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Let's go ahead and pour that in. We're going to let it slow mix for a few minutes. Lock it and slow mix for a few minutes. Now while that's going on, the next step will be to get 4 eggs and to slowly, 1 egg at a time, once the cream cheese mixture is ready, slowly 1 at a time pour the egg in, and then we're going to use a graham cracker crust, and we're going to bake it for 55 minutes at 355. Again, because my oven runs a little hot, I'll go ahead and put it on 325, but still could get the same amount of time. After everything is cooked, after the cheesecake is cooked, we need to let it go in the refrigerator and let it cook or cool off for 4 hours. Now that's a big thing because cheesecake is supposed to be cool and delectable. It's a sweet dessert. So let me go ahead and add these eggs one at a time again. Slowly. Ooh, that was messy. That kind of slow to the top of this because I'd really not like it with a mess today. Just a little bit. Let that mix in real well. Okay, it's time for the other egg. See, cheesecake happens to be Maximus's one of his favorite desserts. So I figured this would be a lovely little Valentine's treat for him. 3. And then the last one. Again, because we're using eggs, it is an actual baking cheesecake. And you can decorate cheesecake any way that you want, with cherries, strawberries, chocolates, however you like. I'm putting it on a little bit quicker now, just to kind of get everything blended in real well. Wash my hands. Got egg all over me. Not horribly. A little longer. Finish out. I'm going to go ahead and separate it for just a second. This cream cheese is actually in the middle of it. So we're going to separate it real quickly. Make sure that we get every bit of cream cheese out of it. To enjoy it, you know. The lady who actually gave this to me, she makes her crust homemade. Today, for time's sake, I bought a ready-made. Put this back on, it's slow. A ready-made crust, just a graham cracker crust that you need to put in an aluminum pan. She always recommended aluminum pan. How you can make a homemade crust is to use 5½ cups of graham crackers crushed, I think a half a stick of butter and a cup of sugar, and just kind of mix everything together and press it down firmly into the aluminum pan. Let me go ahead and check on this again. Almost ready. Go ahead and pick it up one more little bit. Blend in really well. Because we don't want lumpy cheesecakes. No. You know, today is the day that I have a lot of respect for any hair artist. Because I've actually used probably a full thing of bobby pins just to be able to keep my hair in this position. Now, half a can easily of hairspray. So every hair artist out there, every hairstylist gets major respect from me, especially any of them that have happened to work on my hair. Alright, this is almost done. Like I said, we're going to put it in the oven and let it cook for about 55 minutes. Alright. See how it looks pretty. It's very pretty. Take this off of this gently into the crust. Yeah, it's a little lumpy, but not horrible. And just kind of fill it in. We could have probably done another pie, a cheesecake probably could have, but be on the conservative side, we'll just do one today. Kind of mix it in, flatten it out real well, and spread it around, make it pretty. Alright, and the oven is preheated now, so let's go ahead and put it in the oven, and I'll see you then. Alright, now we're going to cook stovetop homemade macaroni and cheese. What I have here is a colander of 2 cups of macaroni, a large of the macaroni. You want to run it under some cool water before you actually attempt this. I've got a medium saucepan. I'm going to go ahead and pour this in here. If it's not being stubborn, of course. Everything's got to fight with me when I'm cooking here. You want to pour this in here. Now that we've got the macaroni in there, we're going to use 2 cups of low-fat milk. And a teaspoon, or a tablespoon, excuse me, of butter, and a teaspoon of salt. Let's see. And Maximus didn't get it out for me. So, I'm going to guesstimate on a teaspoon, or a tablespoon of salt. 5, a little sharp. Pretty sure that might have been. So, we're going to go ahead and put this on medium, and let it, you have to really watch this now. You kind of have to let it cook. You want the macaroni to separate during this. Keep stirring it. This takes about 15 to 20 minutes on medium. You kind of just want to wait till it gets to the simmer though, and then you can put it on low. And once it gets to a simmer, again, put it on low and watch it stir it, because you really have to be very very cautious with this, because you really don't want it to get to a situation where your milk explodes on your stove, or bubble over and explode. It's really not nice to clean up, and it really isn't good for cooking either. So we're just going to go ahead and keep stirring this, and for the next, like I said, 15 to 20 minutes or so, kind of let this happen. Once it gets to a simmer though, a good simmer, we're going to turn it on low, and then we're going to put Velveeta here in just a minute. A small block of Velveeta cheese that's already been cubed, and I have a whole bowl over here of a mixture of medium sharp cheddar cheese and Monterey Jack cheese, and we'll put that in there at the very end to let it all kind of melt together. I'm going to go ahead and add the Velveeta just a bit at a time. They all kind of mix it in together, melt in together. Like I said, you gotta baby it. I've heard different recipes of this being used with some mustard powder or some nutmeg or garlic, or well, however you want to season it. It's really up to you. I just really love it as cheesy as my darling Maximus. So, like I said, we just kind of baby it and make sure the noodles are separating really well and absorbing the milk and the Velveeta already in the butter. It's just about to get to a good simmer. So we're going to go ahead and turn it on low for about 15-20 minutes or so, and kind of letting macaroni and cheese simmer really well with the Velveeta and milk mixture. Here it is. It's really wonderful. Huh? I'm going to go ahead and put the Monterey Jack and mild sharp cheddar in the mixture. Kind of let all of it get together with it and enjoy each other's flavors. Kind of mix it real well. The cheesecake is almost ready from the previous. So we'll go ahead and let that all kind of mix real well together. Give it a good stirring or two. I'm about to pull out the cheesecake here in just a second and a half. Now remember, the cheesecake takes about 4 hours to fully cool off and finish. So with that segment, that might take a little bit longer, and you'll see me later on that one. So, blend in together well. Alright, let me go ahead and pull out the cheesecake. And it's beautiful. doing this because you really don't want to burn yourself and you really don't want to drop it because it's still kind of, it hasn't fully set just yet because it has to cool. That's the point of doing it. So we're going to go ahead and put this in the refrigerator to cool for about 4 hours while we're making the rest of it. Back to the macaroni and cheese. I'm going to stir it one good time again. It's beautiful. Just as cheesy as my dear darling Maximus. That's just how I like it too. Alright.